Welcome back to the Deep Dig A Sports Pod. I'm your host, D. Today we are discussing college football week 3. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. Drop some comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Number 1, Georgia, going on the road to Kentucky and eking out a win. They won by 1 point. It was not a great showing for the Bulldogs, who have been dominant up until this point. But obviously, they played Clemson in week 1. They played a tomato can the next week. They go into Kentucky, and a Kentucky team that did struggle very mightily against South Carolina. I know that the broadcast was saying that they reevaluated. They wanted more leadership on the sidelines coming from the players, and hey, we need to hold each other accountable. But man, this looked like a night and day team from when they played South Carolina to when they played Georgia. They really hung in there. And ultimately, what it came down to was, I hate the old school way of college football coaching. It needs to go away. It is so stupid that we're not going for it on 4th down. When we have the ball, we're down by 1. We have 2 timeouts, and we're giving the ball away to what is ranked the number 1 team in the nation. You are a huge underdog. It's your house. You go for it. Why wouldn't you go for it? Why are you giving them the ball and the opportunity to ice you? You need to put it into your hands. And I get, they were saying in the broadcast previously, before this even happened, when they were in, I believe it was a 6-3 game, and it was a 4th and 2. And Kentucky, instead of going for the points, like, hey, we're already here, or instead of getting a 1st down, they decided to go for the points and make it, again, a 1-score game. That's another thing that I fucking hate, is making a 1-score game a 1-score game. That is stupid. Why do that? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Just go for it and put your foot on their neck. They are struggling. Why are you going to do this? So anyways, in that 4th down, when they were talking about it, they said that they talked to Mark Stoops. And Mark Stoops was a little bit snake bit, because in the South Carolina game, they went for it on 4th down in their own territory. And that he was like, that was a mistake. I don't think I'm going to do that again, blah, blah, blah. This is a completely different scenario. You are going against number 1 Georgia. What are we doing here, dude? Let's go ahead and go for the win. We don't, as a college team, you are not going to, let's just cover the spread. Like, you want to go and get W's. Why are you not going to go ahead and put your foot on the pedal and get after it, man? So that was just a stupid thing. You kick the ball back. You give up your opportunity to get the ball in your hands and really decide your own destiny. Instead, you give it over to the number 1 team in the nation, and they decide it for you. They run it down, and they give you no shot whatsoever. They gave you a couple of seconds at the end, a few more seconds here and there, maybe it happens, but realistically, you should have had the ball before that even happened. You should have went for it on 4th, and you just didn't. So let's move over to the Georgia side. Georgia, if you're feeling this, you're not feeling great about it. You're not going to be like, I'm not sure right now if they are going to be ranked or not. This is coming out. This is before. I'm talking about this before the rankings have dropped, but I'm pretty sure that you are not going to be ranked number 1. I think that it would more than likely be Texas. I don't know if they want to drop you even below Ohio State, because Ohio State still has not struggled this entire year. They're also a proven top program. But Texas has shown that they are the top dog in this. They should be ranked number 1. Georgia, you're not going to be ranked number 1. You have the opportunity to change this in conference play, obviously, but it should wake you up that, hey, we are mortal here. And this talk of Carson Beck being the number 1 overall pick needs to stop immediately. And that was something that in the early slate of games, when they were previewing this game, they were talking about, and they're like, that's crazy that Carson Beck, we're already talking about Carson Beck being the number 1 pick overall. We're not even 3/4 of the way done with this season. Like, what are we talking about? We still have a lot of football left to be played. And Carson Beck didn't look good. Like, the defense looked a little bit overmatched. They just couldn't really find their groove, but Carson Beck also didn't do them any favors. Let's go ahead and pump the brakes on his draft stock here. I don't think that he's going to be a Stetson Bennett where you're not going to really want him until the third, fourth round, but I know you're going to want him maybe like top 10, top 15, but you're not going to make him the number one overall pick moving forward. So let's just go ahead and cool that. And I mean, if you're Georgia, as I says, as Kirby Smart said, hey, this is the SEC. We can't judge teams from week to week. You get your win and you get after it. But if I'm going to be completely honest, I got on Bama's ass last week because Bama had a bullshit win against South Florida, where South Florida, the same thing. They do not go for it on 4th and goal. Instead, they take the points to make a one-score game. And you look back, and it just never ends up being close after that again. Yeah, you got lucky here that the coach is an old school, not soft style, but like real timid to go for this type of a swing. You lucked out on that. You take it. That's what good teams do. You win when you don't have your A game. So more power to you. But, I mean, you've got to drop in the rankings after this. Let me know your thoughts on all that happened in college football this week. Be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to stay up to date on all the things that we're talking about. Later.